And that nigga did it how I always wanted to do it, and I'll never be able to do it like that.
We are here. We are here to navigate sad things as a season finale. And I am in the rarest of moods because of certain things. Okay, I will give you in one moment. But there are certain things I am upset about, and I would like to navigate them. I would certainly like to navigate them and speak in this voice. I want none of you to judge me as I do so. Number one, if at any point you are offended by this episode, blame me for my fault. Because I'm about to say some really outlandish and rude things. And the only reason I'm saying it is because I'm sensitive about my wrestling. Yeah. I am Joe Freeland, aka I am the one tweeting, aka I am the champ, aka what the fuck are we doing right now, bro? What the fuck? Ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no fucking way. Okay? Alright. Next person I'm gonna introduce is the Redhead Wrangler, proper pop. The man who only who actually pay on their taxes and don't get tax refund money. Yep, that type of guy. KG, speak to the people.
I thought it was going to be a surgical summer, but I'm still single as a Pringle because I don't put out on the first date.
Gotta change that, buddy.
Okay, you got to change that. You got to put it out on the first date. Okay.
Pure sarcasm. I try not to laugh at my own jokes all the time because then it don't be as funny to me.
Looking at you. Looking at you. Go. You hear me? Huh? You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me knocking? Let me in. You hear me? If I have to pay, I'm going to slap. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Next person we're going to introduce. One, we're going to ask a lot of questions to because they were actually at what we're speaking of. Two, he's clutch. Three, he's the highest in the room. And four, why the hell not? Clutch Daddy!
My boys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am affectionately known as King in the Black Room, but you can call me Clutch Daddy. You know where I'm at. You know how I be. And today, I mean, I have in mind to go over SummerSlam weekend from a personal perspective. It was crazy how some of the stuff I kind of thought would happen did happen, and stuff I thought would didn't. It was an experience, and as I told you guys as it was happening, we got to do it together. It's just a given. We definitely got to do it together. And Jimmy Uso, I'm coming for you, nigga.
Jimmy Uso, I'm coming for you, nigga. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, sorry. Okay.
I'm about to Harlem Heat. I'm about to Harlem Hangover. My bad.
Jimmy told Jay, you thought it was gonna be easy.
Gotcha, bitch. Sorry.
Gotcha, bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the curator and creator of the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast put these gentlemen together. We've been together for 8 seasons, and I'm going to put the blame on him. It's his fault. Now, tonight, what I say, that's my fault, because I'm going to say nothing. You know what? I'm going to let you have it, bro. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm about to go too far. Here we go. old man Logan. Talk to him.
Greetings and salutations. I am Old Man Logan, and yes, I am wearing mauve tonight. I am in a silly mood. I thought Clutch Daddy's name said Chuck D for some reason, but hey, here we are. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Season finale. I just was treating. I don't have my glasses on, so
Okay, all right. You'll get a pass.
but yeah, I definitely just a quick little glance and I was like, why he got his name is Chuck D tonight? What's going on? Like we in the Terror Dome? Show my
Speaking of the goddamn Terror Dome in the first place, does anybody remember Raw Underground? Yeah, you do? Let me explain something to you right now because it's going right into my rant. SummerSlam was mid. I said it. I don't care what you think about it. This is my own personal opinion. I don't care. I don't want to fight nobody. I'm going to say it, okay? I rewatched SummerSlam on purpose because we were like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I was just too excited about certain stuff. Here we go. First things first. Why do we have an MMA rules match in the middle of a wrestling ring? What are we doing? We didn't put down a cage. We didn't do Raw Underground. We didn't do any of that. That don't make no sense to me. Second thing, why would you put your banger match on first? Now you've set the bar up here, and then you give me Ron versus Shayna. That's stupid. That was dumb in the first place. What are we doing? Third thing, Jimmy Uso. Fuck you, man. What the fucking fuck? First off, I think I called that. Was that me that called that, or was that somebody else? Did I call that?
I'm gonna clear. I didn't call that. I didn't call it.
And Roman, and you know what? And you know what bothers me as well? I'm just trying to get the Roman formula. Me and Old Man Logan were just talking about this when we're starting the show. This Roman formula shit gotta stop. It's getting fucking boring. Okay, I don't like it. I'm done with this shit. SummerSlam was mid. I don't want to talk about anything else. Okay, I'm done. I've said my opinion, fellas. Give yours. SummerSlam was fucking mid. Yeah,
So was Shayna versus Ronda the Raw Underground segment of SummerSlam? Is that what we was doing? That's what we're gonna call it?
It should have been that. What was the point? What? Okay, here's my thing. They faked an MMA match. They faked it. They faked it in the first place. Okay? They faked it. So if you're gonna fake it, just put it in a freaking cage. Fake it there. It doesn't make you faked it. It's a fake match. It's a fake match, okay? It's a fake match, okay? Kate agrees with me, so that must mean I'm right, because she agrees with me.
Hey, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Thank you for agreeing with me. Sorry, my mic was breaking up. What I said was they faked a wrestling match in an MMA match. They faked it. So why not just put it in an MMA ring and fake it there? Or do you want better? Don't put that shit on SummerSlam.
Hey, I was thinking about Ken Shamrock. I saw like one of his throwback wrestling matches with Owen Hart in the dungeon on IG. And I was like, yo, we couldn't get like, a special guest referee from one of the people in MMA. I mean, Ken Shamrock in that spot would have been nice. I mean, he's a WWE Hall of Famer. Like, it's that match was forced. It was forced on us. You know how everybody loves to like point and say, yeah, that was Vince. Yeah, that was Vince.
That was a Vince thing.
That was a Vince thing. Vince, that guy, Vincent Kennedy, written all over it.
That's got Vince all over
of that visibility that Ronda would bring to SummerSlam.
I'm not sure, and the only reason I say that is because honestly, I feel like the whole match was forced. Really, more so because of Ronda Rousey's statement, which we pretty much knew was just her way of, alluding to the fact she might be either taking another break from wrestling or retiring this time around for whatever reasons that she had. That's personal, cool. But then I think when it came down to it, management made a choice between Ronda's match and Ronda and Shayna's match and Becky and Trish Stratus's match for SummerSlam. They went with Ronda and Shayna because of Ronda's, star power, but they didn't plan it right. The stipulation was last minute, and they didn't build on how it was. They didn't even build on the rules and how it was going to go really until the match. And if you guys remember, and I'm glad somebody said, "Thank you, Kay," because you're right. And while we're talking about it, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Me being there, I fell asleep in an arena full of 50,000 people during that match. I legit was asleep. My nephew went uncle, and I'm like, "Nah, it's cool. Wait till it's over." Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but didn't Matt Riddle it happened. I went to sleep, took a real snooze. All I heard was Shayna's really bad theme music, and people were coming back to their seats. And no, just so y'all know, when their match happened, that was the only match that I remember when everything was going on, where people got up out their seats, either took bathroom breaks, they'll check their phone because sitting in the arena is trash, and went to go get whatever else they wanted to eat or drink. Like most of my section was gone.
I was gonna say, I think that was definitely
the match itself was very mid.
I think that was the popcorn segment of the night for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta disagree, bro. And I know Kate says Trish and Becky would have been better, but that's mid too. I'm sorry. That belongs on Raw where it's gonna be.
I don't agree, bro.
It had potential if they did it correctly, but like me and Joe was talking about before we started, it's one of the matches that truly could have been on SmackDown. That could have been something they gave the people on SmackDown, and she could have just made an appearance on on SummerSlam just to say bye or whatever. But yeah, no, we didn't need that match. That was
the only thing that could have saved the match.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying the only thing that could have saved that match is if they at the very least would have went at least the same route they did with what was that, Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins at one time. They just had MMA style match not too long ago in some form of a ring with a cage around. They didn't even do that for them, and they're actually MMA fighters, just like Riddle is.
Matt had that match with Timothy Thatcher. They could have did something like that.
Yeah, they did this right. The same thing they did with Seth Rollins, and who's not an MMA fighter, lower Timothy Thatcher.
Yep.
I would have built around that, but they didn't even do that. That's how I felt like it was a last-minute decision to put that match on there, and it was forced. And to what was said about the whole Trish and Becky match, Trish Stratus is a legend. Then she has somebody young in her corner who could benefit from being a part of the match in some kind of way. Zoe Stark. Like, Shayna winning just kind of, does it really elevate her star? You know what I'm saying? Like, Becky Lynch and Trish, that's a legend versus one of the main event, performers in the women's division, and with a young up-and-comer in the Legends corner. Something could have really came from that. I'm not saying the match was going to be this super huge banger because Trish Stratus was botchamania when she was in her prime, and old Trish Stratus ain't going to be no better. I'm going to tell the truth, she ain't the devil. And, you got to really – Becky is only great with the right opponent. There's that. So
sorry, KG.
It's like it's a lesser of no evils on that, but that one would have probably not been as bad.
Well,
I'm saying as somebody in the arena who took a risk.
I'm gonna sit up here and say it. Damn. Yeah. Damn, son, where'd you get that?
But KG, what are your thoughts before we continue on? Because we've gotten ours off. Like, where do you stand on pause on that? Where do you stand on the Shayna Ronda match?
It was a banger. No, it was awful.
Whoa!
Couldn't take another full breath and then hold to that.
No, but also at the same time, though, that didn't follow Logan and Ricochet. Brock and Cody followed that. That was the second match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a damn good match. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where Joe getting this mid from. You letting one match ruin the whole card. You telling me Gunther and Shane, not Sheamus, Drew McIntyre wasn't hard hitting?
Hold on, here we go.
They could have got more time because they focused way too much on Roman and Jay. I'll say that. That's because that was one of the shorter matches outside of Shayna and Ronda. You telling me the women's triple threat wasn't good? With the story that Bianca told?
Hold on, Joe, before you say anything. Kane, we're going to get to that. He said video packages for MMA rules and travel combat was very last minute for the premium. Kate had said she enjoyed the Battle Royal. That was the match of the night for her.
Yeah.
So we'll get to those.
Yeah.
Uno momento, but we're gonna finish
You
wrapping
telling
up.
me Seth and Finn wasn't on the edge of your seat?
I love that match.
Clark Street, what up?
Come on,
Clark
bro.
Street.
Like you talking about it was missed. You let one match run the whole event for you.
No. Let me explain.
Wait. You telling me Cody? Wait. You telling me Cody and Seth wasn't at least 4 stars? I mean, Cody and Seth. Cody and Brock wasn't 4 stars. You with
No.
the story they told.
No.
Really?
No, because Cody should have got disqualified.
Oh,
because Cody should have
come
got
on, bro. How many times people
Technically
throwing people in the stick? People got slammed.
But you talking about someone who loves a long-term booking and storytelling. If I'm being honest, match night, said the thing. And there's so many layers of that shit.
But you just wait. You said the whole event was mid, but you just named 2
The whole
bangers.
event was mid. The whole event was mid.
So how you say it was 2 bangers, but the whole event was mid?
That's
So
because there's 8 matches on the card. A fourth.
Let me say what Joe trying to say. For a SummerSlam, it was mid. He's not wrong.
So y'all
Okay. Wait.
Mid.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, wait. All right. Go back and watch Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus Walter. You're telling me that's not the same match without Sheamus? It's the exact same match. I've already seen that.
I'll do you one better. Sheamus versus Gunther was better.
No, it was.
Facts.
But I'm not saying what I'm saying
Sheamus-
for a 12 or 13-minute match. You told me that wasn't an enjoyable match.
I didn't say that. But
The event itself is mid, bro.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If you get a plate of food, all right, and you have 3 pieces of food, and only a third of the food was good, was the whole meal good?
It was one bad match, bro. And you let
I'm asking you, bro. It is. We picked 6 or 7 matches. 2 of them were good. Tribal. Listen. I'm not even gonna stunt. Tribal Compact is not about the matches. It's about watching Jay fail. That's all it was really about. It was not about anything else. The highlight of that night was when Jimmy turned on Jay. That was it. At no point was anybody like that spear that we've seen 1 million times was the spot of the night. At no point was anyone like that. Y'all watch. We literally went down scenarios of what could have happened with Tribal Combat for 20 minutes. And I think one of us said what was actually going to happen, bro. 2 out of the 7 matches were really good. The rest of them were
wasn't good either.
You said what?
The women's triple threat wasn't good either.
Bro, no, it wasn't. Okay. All right. You know what? Okay. I'm going to be the
What was your 2 for the record?
Mine?
Yeah. What were your 2 for the record?
Seth and Finn, and Ricochet and Logan Paul. And go back and watch those matches. Go back. Listen, that triple threat match, Asuka was fucking up.
They all were fucking up.
Yep. So was Charlotte. And you know what? Hate to say it, chat. Charlotte carried that match. She carried that match. She got them through it.
At least she tried to carry it.
And she tried. Charlotte carried that match. That was a Charlotte match. And even though Bianca came on top, just so she could turn heel on Io, that's all it was for. But that match was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing. It was solid. It was solid. It was a 2.5 out of 5. It was okay. It was all right. The battle royal, there wasn't anything epic in there.
Well, I mean,
almost brought his big ass.
Respect to the battle royal because we thought that was gonna be the pre-show.
That's true.
I think you're just being way too tough on the Cody and Brock match. Personally,
Nah.
hey, that's your personal opinion.
Wait, hold on.
I love it.
I'm really going
Let's slow it
to
down.
go
Let's
there
slow it
today.
down now. Let's slow it down, gents. So are we finished with Shayna and Ronda? Any last thoughts on that?
Yeah.
It's trash.
They
Let's move
were
on.
done when it was done. Next.
Say that one more time, Clutch Daddy.
They were done when it was done. Next.
KG, any final thoughts on that?
That was terrible.
All right. Because Joe finally got his light. It's time to shine in the light. He been calling around the trash for the last half of this season. So, you got anything else to say?
Yeah, I got plenty to say. Man, don't start with me. I got plenty to say.
We got to cover the rest of the show. Now, what you got left?
Okay, fine. All right, here we go. We'll go match by match. We'll do match by match. Here we go. Okay. Cody versus Brock. Someone else go before I go.
I'll go.
Anybody?
Mid. I have been an avid Cody fan since he has been back to WWE. This third match was forced. It was a lot of forced shit in SummerSlam. Like Brock versus Cody was not necessary. If I'm being completely honest here, and this ain't to take a jab at Finn, to make that interesting, that should have been a triple threat. That's what we should have got at SummerSlam. Finn versus Cody versus Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. Mid. But what we got? Some mid. The best part of that match was Brock breaking script, giving Cody love at the end of it, and telling him, hey, you got this. Where's the lie?
Anybody else? Come on.
I thought he told a great underdog story. How many people get beat down like that by Brock and actually come back and win? It was something similar to the Cena one, but I wouldn't even compare it to that, though, because Cena just came on at the very last end type thing. I thought it was a good back and forth when they first started. Because remember that match, Cena got tackled and busted open at Extreme Rules like 10, 11 years ago. So that was mostly just Brock down. I wouldn't even compare it to that match. As far as like the stairs and stuff, yeah, that should have been a DQ, I suppose, if you go by that nature. So you could take that and say that's like, if you're showing the story, that's bad. But I mean, we ain't seen people go through tables though intentionally and not get disqualified. The Shield and the Wyatts, that was a table spot. They double choke slam Seth, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan through the table. Like, there was no disqualification. So we can nitpick. We can say that. I just think they told a fantastic story from the standpoint that this dude got F5'd on the floor.
Yeah.
F5 through a table.
That happened.
I don't think he buried Brock, because if you look at it, he accidentally exposed the turnbuckle, but the ref didn't see that, and it wasn't even, like I said, it wasn't intentional. Hey, I thought it was a good story. I think if we're talking about, like, it always depends on how you gauge in a match, basically, in terms of how you're grading it. Because if we go in storylines and stuff like that, I would say Seth and Cody, I keep saying Seth and Cody, Seth and Finn, going back to that 7 years and coming full circle with SummerSlam, then there's Judgment Day coming out trying to intervene, and then Finn saying, I don't need your help. Then Finn's like, you know what, screw it, I need your help, and that's how he loses the match. I thought they had a great story being told. Jay and Roman obviously had the most dramatic.
Hold on. We ain't got to the matches yet.
I'm saying how people grade matches. Logan, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So in that aspect, if we looking for like storyline or just the story being told, I thought it was up there. But if you're looking just for flat out greatness in a match, yeah, just in terms of like if you don't know any of the storyline going into it, obviously I have Ricochet, Logan, or Seth and Finn. But it all depends on how you grade in the match. Because we're going move for move, no. That's not going to be the best match of the night. But I just thought the story was being told is how I judged it.
We are entering Super Cody. You had Super Cena. You had Super Rollins. We are entering Super Cody.
Can I say something right fast? Clutch, go ahead, Clutch. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clutch. You were there. Go ahead, Clutch. You were there.
Brock Cena shit. Brock Cody.
I definitely got to point something out. Kay said earlier, Brock Cody, I've seen. That's the last night. SummerSlam was the equivalent of Cena Brock at Extreme Rules, and ironically, I saw both live. And I'm realizing that Brock Lesnar's kryptonite is fucking stairs.
Because he tried to jump off stairs and missed the whole top rope that one time.
That happened to him. Hell, Roman, he gets his ass whooped. He hits Brock with stairs. The momentum turns. Seth, same thing. Ron Strowman hit him with some stairs. I said personally, the only reason he didn't get attacked because the ref acknowledged how bad Brock was whooping Cody's ass and just went, he had that. That's why he didn't get DQ'd. Them ragdoll suplexes in person look terrible. He does not let your waist go and keeps doing it. I'm like, could you stop?
Right, he's literally deadlifting these dudes. Like
he's grown men.
He's not like suplexes come from the hips. He's literally lower back, arms. Hope you make it to your destination.
Brock keeps his arms around you.
Brock is Gun Jack from Taken.
Yep.
That's Brock. Brock is Gun Jack from Taken. We're entering super Cody, bro. I
don't see how though, because Roman had help at WrestleMania, so did Cody. And
I mean,
okay, wait, stop. What did you just say? What did you just say, KG?
Roman had help at WrestleMania, so did Cody.
He had help.
Last year at SummerSlam, what happened to Brock? You remember?
Yeah. He got beat down by the bloodline.
He got beat down by the bloodline. One man picked up some stairs, hit Brock in the head, hits his move 3 times, and you want me to sit up here and believe he could pin him 1, 2, 3. The motherfucker had last year a whole table, some chairs, pieces of a table. He had people staring on top of him just to lay down for 10 seconds. But for a third of that, you want me to believe that Sting hits him in the face, and then he takes 3 crossroads, and that's it.
Hold on.
Right. This is the narrative that we're listen.
I got one better.
They're doing Super Saiyan God Cody.
Like the whole match, Joe. He got shoved into the ring post. He got hit with Cody cutters. He got hit with disaster kicks. Come on, bro. Let's not.
I'm sorry. There's 4 moves to the moveset by one man, and those moves are so devastating that a third of the count he can be paid.
He ran chest first into the exposed turnbuckle. Come on, bro.
You're
That's
right.
not rewrite because you don't like Cody.
I'm not, bro. It's not me. Listen,
I'm rewriting the whole match though. You just said
okay. How many people did it take to beat Brock this year? How many people? I'll answer the question for you.
The same though, bro. You know that,
listen, bro. When they had that no DQ match or that street fight match or whatever, the first place, that to me is more believable because you have to use those weapons to win. You're telling me that Brock Lesnar, who is like fucking Cell, takes an exposed turnbuckle, an exposed steel turnbuckle, steel steps. How many disaster kicks? Like 3 or 4?
4.
Shoved into the ring post several times.
So shoved into the ring post a bunch of times, and 3 crossroads.
It's 2 different stories though, bro. They're gonna try to protect Brock more as a baby face than they are as the heel. That's the.
And I get it. Look, bro. I get it. I'm not saying that it's a ludicrous notion that Cody won. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for what you've done to build this whole Cody Brock thing 3 to make it a regular match, and that's the Cody wins, doesn't make sense.
You didn't win fairly though. Y'all keep emphasizing it's like you saying 2 different things, bro. You just said he used the steel steps too, so it wasn't like he won.
Yeah, but okay, but this is my thing. I've seen this match now twice. I saw the first one, made sense. The second one, okay, that makes more sense to me. But now the third one, there's no chicanery. There's one man. There's a bunch of moves. He does illegal stuff and he wins. When last year, which is a different storyline, I get that. I know. I understand that. But the way that this man loses matches, when Brock Lesnar's lost, okay, all right, here we go.
He lost clean to Seth at SummerSlam, and Seth had broken ribs in the storyline, bro.
Okay, wait.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Great.
Super Seth.
There we go.
Good win-loss record against him, though.
You said what?
Real good. Seth has a real good win-loss record against Brock.
Yeah, but Seth didn't win clean the first time. He had a blow on the WrestleMania 35. So that's what I'm saying. Brock doesn't really lose clean that often, bro, no matter who he's facing. The first time Roman beat him was because Braun Strowman came out with the briefcase and distracted him, and he was like, he threw the briefcase at Braun's head. He turned around and got speared like 3 or 4 times. That's the only reason he lost to Roman.
Hey, man,
Roman was a baby face.
I'm going to say this. If Super Cena couldn't beat Brock clean, if The Undertaker lost his streak.
Cena did beat Brock clean at Extreme Rules.
He didn't. Was it clean?
Yeah, nobody came out.
They had, but that was an Extreme Rule.
Brock is
Extreme Rule match.
That's an Extreme Rule.
Back, and he lost.
In a regular, bro. In a regular. Oh shit, KG.
He buffering. He'll be back. Yeah,
okay. They scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? All right, look.
Mid.
Go ahead. Finish, Logan.
Mid. That's my final thought. I'm sorry,
bro. Okay. Yeah. Mid. Cause come on, bro. It's mid.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
What's the match?
I get out.
We do.
What was the next match?
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Was it better than
the card started with Ricochet and Logan?
Then was
Seth and Brock? Then it was the Battle Royal. Then it was Shayna and Ronda. Then it was Gunther and Drew. Then it was the world title match. Then it was the women's match. Then it was the tribal combat.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, the Battle Royal. So we can touch on that Battle Royal right quick. Which I want to run this by y'all. I know y'all saw it on the page. I made a post of it. SummerSlam is basically the WrestleMania of the summer for WWE, right?
Correct.
So why not create and give it a match? Much like, Royal Rumble, okay, the winner goes on to WrestleMania, the main event WrestleMania. Why not utilize SummerSlam in a similar fashion? That Battle Royal, for example, because you had some guys you had AJ Styles in the Battle Royal. Like, yeah, AJ was in the Battle Royal. We couldn't find a match for AJ. But why not have the winner of a Battle Royal at SummerSlam go and they'll have the opportunity to face any of the mid-card champions? You can face IC title champion, you can face the US champion, or you can face the North American champion.
They alluded to that prior to the the Battle Royal starting. We don't know if they'll actually officially adopt that. That's a good idea, but we'll see.
Absolutely. That's a brilliant idea.
Because like King is pointing out, he said it was a dumb idea to him, right? To most people, it's going to be like the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial. We just kind of look at that as a filler match, right? It's just a placement thing to just kind of say Andre Giant's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we give some validity to these things and make it something that we like? Everybody was ecstatic LA Knight won, but it's like, all right, where is he going from here? Like, is he gonna go and have an awesome feud with somebody? Or they got him feuding with Miz, but that puts him on TV on Monday too. But
he won't be.
And he almost fucked up.
What'd you say, KG?
I was gonna say I don't think he's gonna be in the US title anytime soon. I don't know what's the official record. I think the WWE record was held by Mox or Dean Ambrose for the longest US title run, but I think they're gonna let Theory eclipse that. So that means Theory would have it to almost the rest of this year if my prediction is correct.
Theory is
only about 30 days away from breaking honky tonks, man.
I'm all for Gunther beating that record, but Theory is mid. They need to.
No, I'm not saying I won it, but it just seems like they just keep having everybody break records now.
No, I know.
Uso just broke New Day. That stuff, I don't know how long. And then, Roman's, I don't know if he'll keep it with an all-time record. I think it was Bruno Sammartino. Roman keep the title 8 years. I'm going to stop watching.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah, we got to move on from that. We can't have that.
We'll
Like,
get back. We'll get to that later. But I'm saying, like, so Gunther, Bianca just broke the Raw Women's record over Becky, and Becky only held that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So like they just making records just for people to break and get accolades. I was gonna say that. With that being said, I said maybe LA Knight goes out the U.S. title because he don't have to play to the crowd. He just says his catchphrase, and they say it along with him type thing. So then, like as long as he start doing that lame stuff, like calling out the city and stuff, leave him as.
yeah, I don't for him because he almost fucked it up last night, but thank God he saved it because he almost fumbled on some of his words, but he
did. But hey, nobody perfect. When Punk was in his prime, he was arguably the best talker like 3 years in a row. He had some clankers borderline at times, so everybody's human.
Go ahead, Clutch.
Will, being there during the Battle Royal when that happened, LA Knight comes out. Like, who was some of the people that got like great receptions? You know, being in person, being there within the crowd. Like, who outside of LA Knight on TV? Yeah, it looked amazing for him when he came out. But like, who were some of the other people that came out to a nice ovation?
AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, who else? Chad Gable. Chad Gable was probably, I ain't gonna lie, next to LA Knight, he was the most over person in that match. There's one more person I can't think of right now. But those are the main people. And while we on the topic of the Battle Royal, I got a hot take for your ass. I felt like that was the most pointless match of the night. We all knew who was going to win before it happened. It had no stipulation to it. Hell, they gave The Miz, LA Knight, and AJ Styles the only entrances in the match just for it to go the way we all knew when they got put together.
Well, no, almost for some reason.
Oh yeah, almost got the surprise entry, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, that was really random. I think they just did that because he was clearly the biggest person in the Battle Royal.
No, he big as hell in person. I want y'all to know that. Like the visual of him from any angle in that arena, he looks like he's in your face. He's that big.
I ain't gonna lie. When I saw MVP came out, though, a little part of me was hoping the Almighty was about to get announced. I was hoping for that reunion. You know what I mean?
I guess, but they would have to build a little slower to that. Like right now, they could end up doing that on SmackDown. As you see, they paired them with Street Profits, but that'd just be out of left field type thing if that would be the case. I wouldn't have been mad at it just went out of left field, and we knew Bobby wasn't. Well, I mean, that would have changed the trajectory potentially, but I think everybody knew LA Knight was going to win that because if Bobby come out with MVP, you can't have him losing right away, unless they gang up on him type thing. But even then, because if I'm turning Bobby back here, I'm protecting him. Even though protecting him, I'm saying I'm actually going to push him too. Yeah.
King says Chad Gable is next Kurt Angle, no perk.
Absolutely.
No.
Hey, first off, stop that. Perk Angle is Super Saiyan God. Okay,
icon in his own right.
He's almost impossible to beat.
Perk Angle is gold.
What Theo Von say? He got that dog in him.
He got that dog in him. Yo, Perk Angle is crazy.
Perk Angle is insane.
But the thing,
and
that's why I asked Will about the guys that were coming out who got the reception, because Chad he had that one interaction with Gunther, the Raw before SummerSlam, and everybody was there for it. Everybody, the little 5-minute challenge, he got himself over like that.
Yep.
Look, Chad Gable is more over than people think he isn't.
Okay.
Like, I'll go there. Just as much as there were chants during that match, there were shoes chants. There were thank yous. Like, I was with him. We was going off. I was thank you. Like, I was with it.
Thank you.
I love when he do that. Like, put the belt on him.
KG, what was you gonna say, bro?
I predicted Chad Gable. I'm not saying they can't get to that he would end Gunther's run, but actually somebody that is a little bit more, he's not as over, but I think it's a little bit more legit to see if he loses clean, because Gunther already did job to Ilya. You know, Ilya's cut like rock though. That Chad's in good shape too. But I was gonna say Tommaso Ciampa could actually end the run.
To piggyback on that, when they
I would go Chad Gable because he's more over.
But
I just don't know. So they could go 2 pay-per-views in a row. I just think that would make Gunther look weak if he. As I say, he can't win clean and he won't win clean. But yeah, I hope it's Chad personally. But I could also see Ciampa being that person to finally knock off Gunther. Because I don't think it's gonna be Drew. Like I said, I think Drew headed for a heel turn. I think we probably gonna get Drew and Seth at some point. Maybe at that.
Psychopath.
Oh, yeah. I hope we get Drew and Cody. I think that's where we're going with that.
Yeah, that'd be dope too. I just but you know what too, as you saying they're protecting Cody. That could be Gunther's signature. Now I hope they don't put it on Cody. I just thought about it. They could. I could see them. I just don't. I definitely could see them having Cody drop it. As much as I've been defending Cody, it's like I don't think he needs that rub because it's like he's already been there. He wasn't as over when he was IC champ, obviously, as he is now.
Mm-hmm.
But I could definitely see them going Cody. I just wouldn't do that either though, because then unless he's gonna put somebody else over that's gonna come up, maybe that needs to be put over. Like yeah, sometimes it's why this brand split. I think the brand split, I don't know, man. It's hard to talk about another time. Because I don't see nobody else on Raw right now. If Cody got that title where you know, he's going to do that job as Cody is. Unless they flip somebody heel. Because Ciampa was better as a heel.
Yeah. All right. What was one of the other matches we got? We just kind of covered the battle.
We covered the first 4, I think. Because I had the battle royal with Shayna and Ronda there. They definitely should have been a fight pit. But yeah, we already talked about it. But yeah. After that would have been the Gunther and Drew McIntyre match.
Alrighty, there we go. Joe, what are you thinking, buddy?
Bro, I'm sorry. I've seen it. Like, look, and listen. Okay, look, bro. Okay. This match is a good match. If I didn't see the first one at WrestleMania, like it's the same match. Drew McIntyre did the same. Cornelio over the freaking rope the first time. Did the chops back and forth just like they did. It's the same match just without Sheamus, without the Bro Kick, without the Celtic Cross, White Noise. Exact same match. Because now, and I get why they're doing it, because now you have to give Drew McIntyre his just due in terms of him turning heel because he lost to Gunther. You got to make Gunther look strong because he's going to break the record for Hunky. So I get it. I get it. I understand it. But I've seen it. I'm not saying that in no shape, fashion, or form that the match was a terrible match. That's not what I'm saying. I've seen it. It's still a good match. I've seen it. 3 out of.
Here's the thing, right? It's the same match, like you said, and it didn't top what him and Sheamus did at Clash at the Castle. So I hate saying that too because I'm a muscle guy like Fans said. It's a lot of people.
Big meaty man smacking meat.
Big man slapping meat.
Big meaty man smacking meat. That's you.
But
big meaty man slapping meat. Pause.
King said, I want to pose this question to y'all. I mean, we can have a little fun here because this is the season finale. He says Gunther gonna bring Honky Tonk Man Street, then he'll drop the title. We all know that, right? As fans, as you know, marks, whatever. We fantasy book all the time. Where does Gunther go after that, though? What happens when he does finally drop that title? What's his first feud without that title?
Brock Lesnar. He retires him.
I heard Brock done for the year. So he can get him at WrestleMania because there was rumor.
That's it right there.
Year. Yeah.
Right there.
I wouldn't be mad at that because he needs a high profile victory to shoot him to the propel him. Should I say propel him? Propel him to the world title picture. So I kind of would co-sign what.
God damn.
What Will just said. I'll co-sign that. But in the meantime, to answer your question, because he ain't gonna keep it. I feel like so if he's 30 days away, let's say by Survivor Series he drops it even before then. To really make him look like a threat, they can make him the sole survivor on team whatever. I don't know what they're gonna do because that's basically bragging rights now. We'll see if they incorporate NXT again, but you can make him the sole survivor and let him pin Cody because Cody could afford a loss. He's so over anyway. And it comes full circle back from the Royal Rumble, where Gunther was number 1 and Cody was number 30. So you could have him beat Cody and be the sole survivor of his team.
I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna be an asshole statement. I need to win the world title. If he retires Brock Lesnar, he's a made man. Period. He gonna win the world title once or twice, bro. He gonna win it once or twice. We know that. But if you retire Brock Lesnar, the fucking the wrestling unicorn of WWE, one of the greatest combat fighting athletes ever. Oh, if you retire, listen. I want you to understand right now that Baron Corbin has not won a world heavyweight championship, except for did he win the United States championship?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the only thing title-wise his resume. And he's looking at NXT right now. It's not even mad. But he got the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. I don't want to talk about that. But on his resume, it says, I retired Kurt Angle. That's on his resume. It's literally on his resume. Do you understand if Gunther says, I retired Brock Lesnar and I was the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in the world? You are bulletproof. Who is going to beat you? Who is going to beat you at that point? You telling me Seth Rollins is going to beat him?
Bro, I got a hot take. I'm just sitting here talking to y'all about that. He could possibly, if Finn or no one else ends up taking that title off Seth Rollins, it could be Gunther.
I said Gunther, but I also said I wasn't mad at. That's what I thought it was going to be. I said Drew and Seth possibly like maybe by Survivor Series, maybe not WrestleMania. I don't think Seth's going to keep the title that long. Mm-hmm. He could, but I mean, you don't want to. It's hard. I think we as fans tend to lose interest at times if a babyface keeps the title that long.
I don't know if
he got it in June.
Yeah.
Give or take, I want to say, because what was that, Night of Champions?
Yeah. I don't know if
Money in the Bank was July, so it had to be around June that he got the title. So if he keeps it for 10 months, I would be. There's no set event where people got to win titles. So I'll co-sign what Logan said. I wouldn't be mad at either one of those. I think Drew's gonna turn and get a title shot. I don't know if they'll put it on Drew because it's been about a couple years since he's had it, and he don't necessarily need the title, but he'll definitely get into that feud with Seth at some point if they decide to keep turn Drew.
Do you think they still owe him for COVID? How we carry W? Do you think they still owe him?
I see where you're going there. I would say it would be cool if he actually got a run with the fans, but at the same time, he's such in a prominent spot usually where he's normally protected anyway. If you look at most of the time when he loses, like on Saturday, the spot where he going for the suplex and he lands cross first on the top rope. So and that led to the power bomb and the splash and everything. So it's just like I wouldn't be mad if they put it on him. I don't think they will because they got to kind of build people that kind of, I'm going to say need a title type thing, but I don't know what they do with him either. I just don't know if moving him to Raw is the right move.
Listen, man, y'all said Brock. Is Brock taking them chops?
Yeah. Brock don't care.
Yeah, he don't care at this point.
Roman not taking them chops. Brock don't give a fuck.
I would say Roman would take him before Brock. Y'all forgetting Brock jabbed Braun Strowman for the knee.
Yeah, because that big motherfucker just kneed him and was like rough. Listen, A wrestling chop is a part of wrestling. That knee was an MMA knee. Okay, so Jay's like, Nick.
Bro, them ain't regular chops, bro. Gunther hand big as hell. Pause. Like, them ain't regular chops.
Bro, listen.
See them hand marks at the end of them matches.
Look, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Both of them motherfuckers got some big ass hands, and Brock took a Drew chop. He gonna take a Gunther chop. He gonna take it. Roman,
Brock gonna want to take it to see if he can take it.
Right. Roman, old Roman, chest protector Roman. Yeah, he'll take a ball to chop. Exposed tribal chief Roman. No. Daniel Bryan chopped him, but you was like, hey, now, stop. It's enough. Find a new move. Kick me. It's enough.
We'll get to this match, but he took that leather strap and legit got busted open on the elbow. I mean, I know your elbow not your chest, but he legit took those hits. So I don't know. He might.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I know Seth's gonna think about it twice. He's gonna do it because Seth's gonna wrestle. Seth. There ain't no life of wrestling after Seth. He gonna produce. He gonna be the producer like Robert Roode. Excuse me. And you know he got the whole movie career going or whatever. Brock is like, I'm Brock Lesnar. I'm man, wherever I go, it's not gonna make a difference. So
I think and maybe it could be for title. Maybe it could be title versus career or something. Maybe Gunther comes in as a champion. It doesn't necessarily mean that both can't happen if he can't go after Seth and then face Brock. Because would probably make more sense. Because like I said, I don't know if the fans will be uninterested in Seth by then, so I can't speak to it for sure. But I know it's hard to keep interest in a babyface for 10 months with the title.
That's why I say I don't know if Seth is necessarily a babyface, like especially how they had him acting on Raw on Monday.
Nah, he's a babyface, bro. I see what you're saying. Like he don't act like the traditional like white meat babyface, but.
Mm-hmm. But
and plus, if somebody keep harping on something, I think you kind of have to have a little bit. You can't just keep smiling. You're gonna keep bringing up the 7 years. Like
are we gonna say he's a tweener? Are we gonna say he's a tweener or no? Not saying he's a tweener.
I'm gonna say he's a tweener. I don't necessarily look at like he's not a heel, but a baby face or like Stone Cold say a white meat baby face ain't gonna throw in your heel opponents or any opponent's face that I injured you 7 years ago. Ha ha ha. A baby face isn't doing that. Would Bret Hart have done that in the 90s?
Well, they've done a white meat baby face, but it's hard to call him a tweener because tweeners do. I mean, I see what you're saying by that aspect, but at the same time, there's only so much you can take. No matter, I mean, Hulk Hogan could talk about chewing vitamins and saying prayers, but
but Hulk Hogan, he didn't show that dog until he put that black and white on. Will, I know you don't like him, but I'm just saying.
Fuck him.
But, so last thoughts, Drew and Gunther, mid.
It was solid. Like I said, it wasn't great. I don't know. I hope I didn't use the word great. I just said because all the overall review was mid. That's why I said it was a lot of good matches. It was only 2 great matches.
Looking at the same result was just it could have been on Raw. So there's that.
Kay left. She said they taking the boo boo on SummerSlam.
That's what I'm saying. I think y'all just tripping. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, Kay.
Sorry, Kay. All right.
We're not Eric Bischoff. Controversy ain't creating cash for us yet, so y'all might want to be a little more positive.
King Kevin said Seth is doing the Lenny Morgan method, but it works because of the song spit.
Y'all taking a golden shovel on SummerSlam right now.
It's not a golden shovel.
No, we kind of resurrecting the golden shovel. We put it away for a couple of seasons, and it's back. It was some mid stuff going on, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. Listen, bro. Like it's. I'm not taking a dump on SummerSlam. I took a dump on. I think it was one of them AEW pay-per-views. Might have been
Revolution last year.
Yeah, because that was
on a tear with AEW.
Hey, they came out with that album that same year.
Oh, Black History Month, man.
Because that shit was because you gave me 3 pay-per-views of greatness, and then you gave me bullshit. You had great matches set up, and you fucked it. Okay, I'm sorry. We're not doing this. All right. What's next? Seth versus
Fiend. I mean, we kind of touched on it, but Thoughts.
Let
Let's get the live response right quick. King in the black robe, also known as Clutch Daddy.
Yeah.
The match was received well. Everybody loved Judgment Day, no matter what's going on. Being a part of Seth's entrance was another one of the highlights of the night. And they were loud, and they did that for a very long time. Seth held his arms up, and they just kept going. When he put them down, they kept going. And they kept going. And they kept going. But match-wise, it was a good match, but it's like any match that you would probably see Seth Rollins and Finn Balor have. I will say seeing like the fraud, like Seth Rollins do the frog splash live, like it's like the way he did it. Like you gotta see it. That's a move right there. Seeing they put Damian Priest's face on the screen.
This fool face is like you bought girl 4 drinks, all to see your man's get her number by being rude to her. That's his face.
They put his face on the screen as soon as the match was over, and y'all would have never caught it on TV, but like the whole upper section laughed at his face on the screen. Y'all hear the cheers, but it's laughter mixed in it because we see Damian Priest's face. It's an instant meme.
Bro, the face, the face, bro. It's been memes where it's like when you go out with a girl to brunch and then you can't find her and you turn around and she with the DJ and you like, then you can do like, then the face.
KG, what's your thoughts, man?
I thought personally it was like Will said, there's not a lot they can do that we haven't seen because they wrestle so often. With that being said, I think the combination of their match and the storyline going into it made it the match of the night. You couldn't go wrong with that or Ricochet versus Logan for match of the night between those two as far as I'm concerned. I did enjoy the fact that Finn buckle bombed Seth to tie into him injuring Finn 7 years ago. There was a lot of drama, like I said, going when Judgment Day came out, and then he looked like he didn't want their help. Then he wanted the help, and then when he wanted the help, it was way too late. The crowd looked like it was going for Finn to win the title at one point because they popped it out before he hit that coup de grace. I thought it was a lot of drama going on. He tried to hit a pedigree on Seth. I think he did, didn't he? Yeah.
He did.
Like
The crowd wanted to cash in. They were hoping that the way that went, either Seth beat him and was so messed up that Damian Priest had to cash in on him, or Finn won, and then let's say Seth jumped him and Damian had to cash in. Like it just felt that way because every time he got near the ring with the briefcase, the crowd popped. So then when he slid it in the ring, and I'm sorry, that was comedy. When he slid the briefcase in the ring and caught a curse on it immediately, I said, you know what? It's just not time, man. Just okay. Like, what are they really gonna do? Because, like I said, they really wanted to cash in real bad, and we're gonna get to that because we got our cash in, but we're gonna get to that. We ain't got that yet.
I'm so sick of people popping for cash ins, though, bro. Damian Priest don't get no damn response when he come out by himself. That dude gets crickets.
You know what it is though about Damian Priest though that I appreciate.
Go ahead.
He's not over, but we respect.
Go ahead. Right. You finish your style.
Now, like he's not over. Like he's not over. Like let's keep it a buck. Damian Priest is not over, but you will watch a Damian Priest match. You'll watch it because we respect it. You know what he's capable of.
Hot take of the night, brother. Damian Priest is gonna have a failed cash in.
That's not
I was going to say the same thing last week. I thought I said, don't be on actually successful cash in.
I was just going.
I think they just was
man.
All right, fuck it.
All across the board.
Nope. It's not all across the board.
It wasn't as bad as them putting it on Otis, though. It wasn't as bad as them putting it on Otis because we knew Otis damn sure wasn't cashing in on nobody.
Look, I'll put a bottle of Proper 12 up that says Damian Priest doesn't do a failed cash in.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'll take that bet, but you gotta tell me who you think he gonna cash in on.
Hey. I ain't say all that. I just said let's put a bottle on it. That is not a failed cash in. Because what everyone's forgetting is it's not just a world title. You can do the other titles too.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a cop out to still make Damian Priest look strong, they might do it that way. I don't know. I'm just saying if you don't think his cash in is going to be good, bet me a bottle of Proper 12.
Well, I bet that.
I see your bet.
And the reason I'm going to take this bet is because you got to fast forward to Monday. Did anybody catch the interaction that ended up happening between JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest about the briefcase? JD told him that the briefcase is bad luck, get rid of it. So either he's going to rush and cash it in unsuccessfully, or he's going to do what you said to find somebody. Because it's giving Judgment Day too many issues. JD McDonough, an outsider, said that. And that also made me think that there's going to be a turn that's coming in Judgment Day.
And by the way, JD McDonough does deserve better. I think he's about to start getting better. And
he was in the Battle Royal too, by the way.
Yeah, he was. And I think this might be where him and Finn get to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Balor Club, maybe?
Well, my thing is with Damian Priest, I don't care if he gets cheered because he's a heel. More than they don't even react at all. And people need to stop getting so excited about these cash-ins. It's like basically, it's a kid that sees a new toy on Christmas every time somebody comes out for a cash-in. Baron Corbin got a reaction when he went to try to cash in the briefcase. Let that sink in.
Sandow did too.
They need to go. The briefcase needs to go away for a little while. It really does. They ain't nothing. They did everything with the briefcase except for what they could have did Saturday, which they dropped the ball on, which would have actually been compelling, even though I don't want to see Damian Priest win a title. The fact that nobody's ever cashed in on their tag team partner. That's the only thing they've literally never done with that briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Everything else they've done. Or you know what they messed up on? That would have been because Logan said he had Priest crashing in after Jey Uso won. That could have been what they did. They could have had Jimmy won the briefcase. He could have cashed in on Jay. There would have been nobody would have saw that probably coming. That would have been that would have been even deeper because Finn and Damian, they just got together. This is the day one. We'll get to that later, but I don't know. That briefcase will go away. It really does.
I like those matches though, man. I don't want to go away. I like those matches.
Because I thought Damian Priest was going to cash in an NXT champion, and have them all be top tier champions to a degree. I thought he was going to cash in on Melo.
I mean, I thought he was like Joe pointed out, he can still go for any title, right? He can go for the NXT title. And now you got him on NXT, him and Dominic down there. Big Mommy gonna be down there with Dom as long as he has the North American title. I mean, because Damian Priest was over in NXT, they just brought him up too fast, and they didn't do anything with him
because they tried to make him a face. He's not a face. When he was Punishment Martinez, he was a heel or a tweener. That's all he was. He was never a face. When they brought him up here, they made him smile. They fixed his teeth so he could smile better. They gave him the U.S. title. He had great matches with Sheamus. He had a great match with Bad Bunny. He's not a face.
They gave him Bad Bunny to try to get him over.
Right. They gave him Bad Bunny. Like, him and Bad Bunny have always been cool, but they tried to make him get with Bad Bunny to make him a face. It's not gonna work that way.
They tried to make him Puerto Rican Kevin Nash.
No, yeah, Richard.
They call him Puerto Rican Scott Hall. That's the call.
That too.
But I'm definitely gonna make this bet because you finna try to convince me that this dude with the briefcase who lost a match to Bad Bunny is gonna be world champion. No.
Of something, bro. Listen, it's not just the world heavyweight champion or the universal title anymore. He can literally cash. He can cash
on Melo.
Huh?
He gonna cash in on Melo because
I don't know. I don't know things, bro. I don't know things.
I said that last one. I was wrong though because he didn't do it at Great American Bash. That don't mean it can't happen because if you looked at NXT this week, next week is the #1 contender match with Wes Lee and Dijak. Dijak could just beat the crap out of Carmelo because Brian Breaker was the only. Well, no, he faced Baron Corbin, but I'm saying like that's Baron Corbin. Nobody takes that serious. Be the most legit threat to the title since Brian Breaker.
Look, bro,
I'm just saying Dijak could literally just beat the crap out of him to the point where it's like they can do another triple threat cash in. So I'm not going to take the bet. I just don't think I'll say this. I don't think I think this will be unsuccessful if he try to cash in a world champion on the main roster. So
come on, man. Come on, man. Shake this purse in his hand. Take this bet.
And you have 2 out of 3. If you win, you have 2 extra bottles of Prop 12. You can't beat that.
Take a purse in his hand, man. Take a purse in his hand, bro. Take the bet, KG.
You're gonna be mad when you got to buy me and Will a bottle, though.
That's not gonna happen. Y'all gonna have to buy me bottles.
Totally gonna have to
I'll take it.
The last time you made a bet on here, sir, you didn't fare well. And
First, yes, I did. I won. I won.
What did you?
Yeah, I did win. I beat Phil. Canceled out my bottles of Robert 12, Crown Apple that I owed him, and then he had to call me.
You still owe KG a bottle anyway.
No. It's not that. Canceled out. It canceled out all the bottles.
How did it cancel?
Cancel out the bottles.
KG, I tried to get your bottle. You see what he's talking about?
I don't understand that logic at all.
You was gonna have him out there on them.
Okay, fine.
Ginger.
You get a bottle, Old Man Logan. You get a bottle, Clutch Daddy. If I lose, I'll give KG 2. He just gotta give me one.
Nah, okay, KG, you better take that one down.
I said I would take the last one. Y'all didn't hear me.
Whiskey connoisseur over there.
No,
he just upped you 2 bottles, so you know.
I upped you 2 bottles. Are you shake a purse in his hand, man? Shake a purse in his hand. 2 bottles to my 1.
Hit him with the mega powers.
Alrighty. So we off to the next match, right?
I don't even know what. I'm above propping. I want 1 Buffalo Trace and 1 Tully's.
Holy shit! I'll take it. I'll take it.
I haven't had either, so.
Tullamore is like an Irish whiskey as well. It comes it's pretty standard. You can find it anywhere. Buffalo Trace is it's hard to describe. It's a little bit stronger, but I think Tully's has a better.
It's delicious.
No, it is.
It's
I'm gonna
delicious.
I have it. Just go ahead and give me the prop. I'm good.
No, you need to give me my proper 12 because Damian Priest is going to cash in somewhere. Okay, it's going to be awesome.
I would just say Hennessy, but I'm gonna drink whatever's dark.
All right. So what we got left? Bianca Belair,
triple threat, and then the tribal combat.
All right. So what we thinking, y'all? How did this women's triple threat championship match? Will, you were there. Well, let's start with KZ on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all kind of made a point. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great in terms of some spots. Yeah, Oscar was like, I think she was just rushing. I don't know if because she was trying to. Sorry about that. Trying to establish the fact that she championed and she finally, was going to get a run first time in I don't know 3 years she had the title because when Becky dropped it, was it the last time she had it? I remember she dropped it to Sasha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I remember that's when her and Bayley had all the titles. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I've seen way better women's matches, or way better matches. I gotta stop putting this gender on this stuff. But whatever. Point is, I've seen in terms of did it blow my mind? No, I just thought it was good though. Just from the storylines that was being told too, because like I said, I stopped just judging matches based strictly off of how many moves people do, or if that move blew my mind type thing.
Right.
I was more so talking about the story that was told with Bianca. I thought she was legit out. I thought she hit her head at first. Then when she hit her knee, I was like, damn, she really might have. Because I know the first spot they were selling it, she was getting her knee worked on. When I heard that thud on the green stuff, I was like, ooh, all right, she done for the night.
Right.
And then she comes back because I thought that's when Io was gonna come out then. When Charlotte and Asuka were just laying on the mat and they were carrying Bianca to the back. I knew Io was coming out eventually for a cash in because I caught the cash in. I just picked the wrong person she cashed in on. Because I think either Will or Joe had that correct. He said Bianca was winning, she gonna get cashed in on. But yeah.
Again, from a live perspective on that match, I think it went the way that we were all speaking on earlier because, like, I guess seeing it, it kind of felt like, you know how everybody got that like set time or amount of minutes they gotta like do that match or whatever. In my mind, I think maybe the World Heavyweight Championship match probably went on longer than it was supposed to. And he had to put as much as they were supposed to actually put into the match into the time they actually had left. They had to put the match into perspective. They had to do Bianca's injury angle and then the cash in. They had to put all that into what time they had. And for the most part, hell, to be honest, Bianca was botchy too. Truth, she was. She really was. Charlotte, as was said, when Charlotte Flair botches the least in the match, what the fuck is that? That's what just, as we all said, it was good, not great. I say, I mean, three out of 5 I've had to put stars on it just based on the triple threat itself. Io actually coming in and cashing in on the match, they gave it more of meaning. Them Bailey hitting Charlotte and Asuka coming down the aisle was funny with the briefcase. I'm like, is she? She is. She just boom, Asuka. She see Charlotte, boom, hit her, get in the ring. I get her.
Yeah.
And when we all thought that like Bailey might turn like heel on Io Sky or whatever, I don't see it now. I think we all said, somebody said it earlier, like Bianca might turn heel, and that's gonna put Damage Control as faces automatically. And Bailey is hurt, so she just gonna pretty much be like, you know, the corner mouthpiece hype man for Io Sky. So her winning the title actually makes sense if we will go ahead and go the route and make Bianca heel. And her going heel while her husband and his homie is teaming up with Bobby Lashley right now. Something to think about.
All right. So Twitter before, like an hour before SummerSlam, said WWE signed Kyrie Sane.
Saw that. Excited.
So, yeah, excited.
Oh, that was official because I saw she was supposed to be having a press conference or something.
No, they trying to make they said they might put her on TV as soon as either Friday or Monday.
Oh shit! Okay.
So that got me to putting the things together where, like, I think at one point, you know, her and Asuka were tight. You know, Asuka like Io and this and the third. Just be trying to cash in. Oh wait. Now, I am going to say my thought about the match and then give you what the match was. You have 3 of probably the most talented people in the women's division of WWE right now, and that match for them was terrible. And I'm not saying the match itself was terrible, but for them it was terrible. You have three of these women you can honestly say possibly have 4 or 5 star matches. 3 of them, all 3 of them. They are at least 4-star, 5-star matches. Period. Okay. If you say that this best match is with, you can say you can even say Asuka's best match might be with shit. Damn,
I would argue.
The match with name is Swedish chick. She's short. She was Insanity. Nikki Cross. That street fight that she had, where they had those 3 table spots.
Who's best match?
Yeah.
No, that whose best matches with?
I think it might be with Nikki Cross, Ember Moon, or that Fatal 4-Way. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. But
who, Asuka?
yes, yeah. Asuka has some great matches.
I would argue WrestleMania 34 against Charlotte, or although it was they did her dirty, that rematch when they took the title off Asuka to lead to that triple threat against Becky and Ronda. That was actually a pretty good match on SmackDown. People were just pissed about the end result.
This is why I love you.
Or the Ember Moon one, like you said. No, the one with Bayley when she took the title off Bayley. Yeah,
that's true too. I love you. And then Bianca has obviously the match with Sasha Banks, the great match she had with Becky at WrestleMania, and some other ones too, or something. And the one at SummerSlam was a great match too. And Charlotte is fucking Charlotte. Yep, and Takeover too. And that match should have been set up where it was like, even if they were rushing, sorry, no one gets past. Those are three best women, one of the best women in the division, period. Okay, besides Rhea. All right, and that's just facts. That match is terrible for their standards too, but it was an okay match for us to watch because Scott saved it at the end. She saves it at the end not because she did like an amazing. She just cashed in, and that's what we wanted in the first place. But now it changes the levels of everybody's storyline. Charlotte was kind of spring to win. Kairi Sane comes back, so that probably means that's something that Asuka's going to go do for a while with Kairi Sane if she comes back. Bianca now gets to be healed. Damage control might be healed. So many possibilities, and that's the only thing that made the match as good. But it was 2 quarters on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I don't really got too much to say about that one. It was, I thought she was legit injured. I thought she did a great job of, selling those injuries, she's supposed to have throughout the match. They just seemed like they weren't in sync, man. You would have thought those three together would have had a great match, but it just wasn't there for them that night. I don't know if it's a combination of Charlotte just coming back and getting thrusted back into a main event spot and the, the expectation that comes with that. Again, it's like a broken record at this point, but there was a lot of forced stuff at SummerSlam. The storylines, the angles that we were going into SummerSlam with, a lot of that was forced. That was another one of those stories that were forced. And like Will pointed out in terms of timing, I think the Shayna Ronda match actually went a little bit over its time as well, which, and Rico and Logan Paul, even though that match was enjoyable, I think those kind of went over their time limits. And, from there, they had to try to kind of chop things down as it went, but the Finn and Seth match was also another long match. So,
the women got more time than them, though, that triple threat. They had like 20 minutes.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just for them to have time to cook, they didn't really cook. It was just kind of, all right, we got to run that back maybe in 6 months and see if they can, hit on all cylinders then. But as of right now, Ronda, Charlotte, Becky 1, Asuka, Bianca, Charlotte 0.
I'm a Becky fan. I don't even think that triple threat was that good. I think the fans were tired. I think they were sitting there too long.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that statement. I agree with what KG said.
But
like that.
With that being said, that probably still was better than them. I'll co-sign that, but I just don't even think that was that good. So I guess I didn't turn for that bit. The other ones I ain't changed my mind about. This one I will, but because we have seen better for all of them.
Mm-hmm. And that's another one, Super Blair.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't blow my mind. Yeah. I thought it was good. Like I guess in that perspective, it was. Could have been. It should have been. Could have been better. Once again, I'm just also basing off the story that was told because you don't want to be the opposite, but you're just a bunch of spot fests either. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
something caught my attention. what King just said in his comment about Oscar and Kyrie making the women tag titles mean something without the injury curse. I just remember they were tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors, and they had the longest women's tag title run at that point. If they still don't have that record, which makes me think Kyrie Sane is coming on Friday. I think she's gonna help Oscar.
Yeah.
But that's why they need one championship too, though. Logan said several times they need to unify. They need to unify because the tag, you can put it whoever you want to put it on. The only reason Bailey and Sasha made it is not because they were having bangers match wise, it's their personality. They didn't have no running mates. The only ones they really had, if that match could have been longer, was when they faced I think they faced Tia Knox and Shotzi Blackheart, I believe, when they had the titles. They went down to NXT for a couple weeks.
That's true.
Yeah.
I just want to say something that's totally off subject. My WWE 2K23 finisher is the Insane Elbow by Kyrie Sane. I'm not ashamed to say that. And no, it's
I thought you were about to say it's the Giordunzo by Enzo.
Yeah. What?
Enzo Amore.
What's the next match, man?
That man's finisher was named Giordunzo.
Tribal Combat. Main event time. Royal Bloodline.
And you can't teach that.
Can't teach that.
Brock
Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Bro, I fell asleep during that match. It was too long.
All right.
It was about 36 minutes.
It was 36 minutes long. He's not lying.
I'm gonna start it off since I've been a huge Roman fan forever. Me and Joe was talking about this before we started recording. Roman's matches have become very formulaic. Starts the match, standing there, looking stoic. You get that for about 5-10 minutes.
Right, really slow walking around.
Walking, looking at the crowd. But this what I didn't like. I didn't like Jey Uso acting like he was unsure of himself. He'd been going through this whole feud just on 10, like I got to get you, Uso. And here we go. We on the big stage, and they got him acting timid.
Yeah, they had like knowledge camps. Yeah, I co-sign that.
Like, what is that? What was that? And like Will pointed out, and you saw that on the screen, like when they were showing the crowd was 1,000% behind Jey Uso. Jey Uso came out there, and the crowd was with him. I immediately started thinking in my head, even before Jimmy came and did what he did, I said, yo, they're about to make Jey Uso the new Jeff Hardy.
Hey, whoa.
I never thought that was the one match I thought it was guaranteed. I had no second thoughts that Roman was gonna retain. I didn't know they were gonna do that with Jimmy. I thought it was gonna be Solo or somebody just interfered again or some chicanery was gonna happen. I just didn't see it, bro. It made sense, but it's also like at this point, I can't see Roman losing the title before WrestleMania 40.
There's nobody else.
There's no one left. Literally this time. When they said it when Brock came on, that's what blew me. I thought they were gonna have like Bobby Lashley, somebody come out. Even though we knew even when there's no one left. And Brock, bro, he feuded with 3 different wrestlers twice during the same title run.
Yeah.
Think about that. They should have put Jimmy in that spot. We know Jimmy wasn't gonna get the title either, but why is he feuding with Jay again? Like, they don't even make sense.
For me, I felt like, okay, they had to do it with Jay because you started this whole story with Jay, so it, in theory, has to end with Jay, right? So I'm like, okay, enter this, like, like with Cody and Brock. That was supposed to be the end of that. This is supposed to be the end of Jay and Roman to an extent. And to an extent it is from where they're getting ready to go. Roman don't even need to be within that at all, in that little mix. But his matches have a formula to them now. And as a Roman mark, I need to see the more dominant Roman again. Roman, when this whole bloodline thing started, tribal chief thing started, he wasn't winning with interference. It wasn't, oh, I'm gonna rely on the Usos to come slide in, super kick, and get out the way. It wasn't that. He was smashing, stacking, and pinning them. Like that's what it was. He was a dominant champion. And as we've gone to this year, you know what I'm saying? This is year 3. He's relied more and more on Solo, and I don't mind Solo being there. I don't mind that at all. It's raising the profile of everybody, but he's not the dominant Roman that he used to be, and he's not the dominant tribal chief he used to be. And match was way too long, man.
Go ahead, Clutch.
Well, I can say this was the match I personally enjoyed the most in person. I stood up and definitely acknowledged my tribal chief. I did that. We had to do that. We all should do that. It had to be done. You stand on your feet and you thought you put up the ones. That's just what that was. I had the one up the whole time his music played. I almost think I overdid it. I did not. But Jey Uso definitely had the crowd moving. But bro hit it on the head. It's just like the right hand man that went into the feud with him maybe a few years ago. That wasn't the same one. Like his cool back tattoo he got now. He really trying to separate himself from his brother. And I think that in mid-match, my original thought process about the match changed because I'm thinking, well, the way this night went, Dwayne has to be here. And the more I saw the match, I'm like, he's not here. But something gonna happen. And lo and behold, a black hoodie and it's Jimmy. And real quick, my brother was pissed off. Like he got up from his seat and went in the hallway until the match was over. He saw Jimmy Uso and said, "What the fuck is this? This is how y'all want it in this match." Because he was thrown off, not necessarily thrown off like in a bad way, but like Jey Uso got his own new graphic. The way his entrance was very like particular this time. Like literally like he separated himself from his brother. Like the whole like bro said, maybe he's coming to quote unquote Jeff Hardy of the Usos or whatever. But Jeff won his title match.
So you call it that?
You know me. It's a nice analogy, but the results still 1, 2, 3. LOL Roman wins. Also, when that happened, I stood up too. I stayed up. People was mad.
You was over like this.
I was like the only dude in the arena still doing this.
And I know we're ignorant ass. He walks to the car like this
the whole way. I'm the only dude walking towards the door going, yeah. Like they didn't understand.
Yeah.
Combined shit. Again, it was a match we knew the result too, but the variables were all on how. I think what my brother was frustrated with was, did you really have to do that? The Jimmy thing was almost predictable, but it's also like, do y'all see Jimmy Uso beating Jey Uso in a singles match?
Yes. You
do?
Yes. But hold on. Because there's reasoning behind it, but I'll say my reasoning for what goes with my opinion of the match.
What's your opinion on that? Okay, cool. Because the reason I say that is because for the last, since the first injury, they put hype on him as the singles guy. I guess if what bro is thinking, maybe I'm jumping the gun thinking what you could think. Right. Beating Jay makes Jimmy legit based on who he's beat as a single star. Otherwise, the turn is pointless.
Right.
And Roman started I saw this on the page today. There was a promo where Roman said, you can't be the tribal chief and be a twin at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And also, Jimmy Uso said on camera in front of everybody, like a Easter egg if there ever was one. He said, "When it comes to the Usos, I am the tribal chief." He yelled that at Roman. He told him that. This was almost foreseen, but who the hell was really thinking about it? Because every time we look up, when we want to care about Jimmy Uso, they throw an injury at him, take him off TV.
Mm-hmm.
Before we could even get really emotionally invested in Jimmy Uso, they throw an injury angle at him. He should be tired of that personally.
His
Last
one was legit though. This one was just an angle. Because he been back. He legit tore his ACL at WrestleMania 36.
Oh well, yeah. That's what
he did that. Yeah.
He could have came back like the SmackDown before to do something to say I'm back, and then if he was gonna turn off of whatever you did or seen the last time we saw you on SmackDown. He was gone after he got his ass whooped, came back and turned on his brother. It just looks like
they run out of ideas.
It's tag team turn on. It's turn on your partner one-on-one. The Usos edition. Like they didn't have to do that for this bloodline, and it was like to me. I think that's the reason my brother mad. It just clicked right fucking now. The storyline was so good with all the build-up, with everything that's going on. Now you give us Jey Uso and Roman Reigns to end the fucking show with this tribal chief stipulation and the belt on the line, and you do the most cliche shit that you can do with the story being as good as it is. You have the twins, the former undisputed tag team champions, the bloodline hitters. They turn on each other right here at this point in the story. That is kind of shitty. Think about it.
It's kind of cliche, but they kind of had to do it too. What else you gonna do with the Usos? You really have nothing else left to do with them. Whether they be faces or heels, you have nothing left to do with the Usos. They kind of had to split them up. But like you said, they shouldn't have did the angle where like Roman and Solo beat, like after they beat Roman and Solo, you could have had Jay just wanted to step up to the plate, jump in the line ahead of Jimmy. Jimmy could have been like, "Man, you already had this shot, but I guess I'm cool," type thing. But they didn't have to injure Jimmy. He could have just played it like, or you know what they could have? They could have had like a triple threat or something to see who's gonna face Roman. You could have had Jay win, Jimmy been in the match. Jimmy shakes his hand like, "Yeah, bro, I'm proud of you," type thing. But in reality, he's really jealous. They didn't have to injure Jimmy to do that, to get to that. Because it made sense what they did to have him turn, because you ain't going to do nothing else with the Usos. It just made zero sense to him to help the dude to put him on the shelf. That's why it made zero sense to me.
I got a different way that could have went.
Okay.
And my reason has something to do with another team that split up recently, too. Because I feel like for these two to be twins and everything that they had success-wise and all that, even if they were like planting seeds that Jimmy could be jealous of the stuff that Jay done in his absence, you didn't necessarily have to have him turn, at least in this match. If Roman just beat Jay clean, like that was that, and Jimmy wanted to be there to support him, and then go, hey, with everything going on and seeing how much hype you had in your match with our cousin, I want you to do your singles thing, but just know I'm watching you. They basically saying like, I got professional jealousy for my brother, but I'm still here with you until it makes sense to do that later. Remember, they keep putting out the interview where they talking about their dream scenario in wrestling is for them two to face each other at WrestleMania. You make them do the whole split right now at SummerSlam and all that, with the whole Roman angle being involved. And it's like, okay, so we're going to build for that match from the summertime going into next year. They better the fuck not. It's going to get stale.
It's going to get stale real fast.
Real quick. So I would rather go that way because, I mean, why couldn't they go the Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes route?
Here's what they could do. We all know that we saw the graphic. We saw the graphic. It's going to be a fatal four at Survivor Series. So that's pretty much the seeds already been planted for that. The way Solo was acting, I know this will be the end game, as Logan said. That's what it's going to be. And they'll finally move along from the bloodline. Now, with that being said, I don't know how they stretch it out to WrestleMania. They probably won't be able to stretch it out that far. That might be the culmination of the feud. And there ain't nothing wrong with somebody feuding for that long because one of the better storylines before the Bloodline that started at SummerSlam. Daniel Bryan versus the Authority. They blew that. They blew that because the only reason that got blown was because his first opponent afterwards was Kane.
Hi guys.
So they immediately tried to kill that man's momentum.
Hi guys. I'm just gonna come on here and say a couple fucked up things, then we get an episode. Number one, first and foremost, Jimmy is out of shape. Yep. Out of fucking shape. Okay. All right. He's out of fucking shape. Do I think he can beat Jey Uso? Yeah, not without no chicanery. Do I think that at one point Jimmy Uso was better than Jey Uso? You fucking right I did when they were doing more. That's when Jimmy Uso was fucking amazing. That nigga used to do the whisper in the wind, excuse my language. Jimmy Uso was the fucking man. Now, him turning on Jey now is like 3 or 4 years too late. Jimmy Uso's out of shape. He's a couple of DUIs later. He's a step slower, and he's not as good as he used to be. End quote, period.
You have to throw the DUIs in.
Damn, you had to throw the DUIs. I was like,
yes.
oh.
No, bro. No, we're not. No, no, we are not doing it.
Because he literally went to the Uso penitentiary, man.
He's right. He literally went to the Uso penitentiary. Jimmy Uso was slated as being the next single star out of the both of them. That's what his slate was. Yeah, they're gonna win tag team gold, but Jimmy Uso is nice. That's what everybody was saying. That's what everyone was saying.
Jimmy was supposed to be Jeff initially.
Jimmy was supposed to be that guy. Now, the 2 matches that Jey had with Roman had us hyped up. Why? Because in those matches, Jey looked crisp, he looked fast, he looked like he was fighting for desperation, he looked like he was fighting for his goddamn life. Quick note here, guys. What is Roman's finisher?
Spear.
Yeah. Spear.
And what else?
Guillotine.
Superman punch.
And what else? Somebody already said it.
He said the guillotine.
He hasn't used that guillotine over a year. That guillotine was supposed to be something special, where he was supposed to be able to choke people out. He choked out Jimmy, and that's when Jey quit last time. But now he's using the goddamn spear, and now guess who else is using it? Jey is using it. He's not doing that back suplex neck breaker that he was using before as his finisher, which was actually an awesome fucking move. Doing that weird ass Uso splash where he don't quite jump very high and don't splash a lot, like he land and then do like the little like Spider-Man landing shit and then pin him, which is fucking stupid. Listen, this match was 36 minutes of pure, unadulterated, boring nap time. Okay, for a main event, it was a bad main event. It was not a good main event. Okay, it wasn't. I don't care what anyone says. I get the Bloodline storyline was huge. What do I want? What would have made it better? I know what I would have made it better. Let Jey Uso beat the shit out of Roman Reigns. I'm talking about kendo sticks, chairs, motherfucking leather straps. I don't know, sand. Use tribal sand.
Tribal sand.
A bag of sand. Use a bag of sand. Use something from a palm tree. I don't know. Make it a violent. It's tribal combat. I think King Cayman said tribal combat was just another way of saying extreme rules. But wasn't nothing extreme about it. There was
the same thing as no disqualification. All these matches mean the same thing. They just trying to new way to say it.
Exactly. And by the way, the jumping off the barricade onto the table thing is shit. All 4 of us can do that. That's not impressive. I don't care what none of y'all say.
I co-sign that because it don't even look realistic. Like
it doesn't.
So for you to break the table doing that.
No, it looks like what you're doing when we first realized tables could break. You want to see if it could break, so you jumped off something like a little bit higher. Not really like you was like it's like that much. That's that much difference. It wasn't. Listen, Jimmy turning on Jey. Unless there is a more violent, a more aggressive, a more amped up version of Jimmy, where he is killing Jey on promo, where he is killing Jey and Roman and Solo, and he's just like, y'all don't let the chains loose, and I'm finna claim this motherfucker. then give me that. But if you use this shit as a cop out because you weren't ready for Jey Uso to win the belt, poo-poo on you. Poo-poo on you. You should have figured that out way ahead of time to be able to do it in the last place. With all the other stuff that happened there, you could have you could have literally had it where Solo comes out, Solo takes the blunt of the beating or whatever. And then all of a sudden Roman comes out and he has to choke Jimmy out. And Jimmy doesn't tap out, he passes out. Okay, we respect him more for that shit. That shit's fine or whatever. You could have literally had it where like someone else said, you could have set up so much better with the turn. There was no reason for that. There wasn't a reason for it. A cash in from Damian Priest would have been more sufficient than this. I'm sorry. This was all right. This was. Oh man, Jimmy's gonna cash. Jimmy just turned on his brother. Oh no, that's what that was. The match was okay. You had a lot of jumpy ass violent spots that didn't mean anything. You did the thing where Jay got speared through a table, Roman got speared through a barricade, or Solo got speared through a barricade, right? Or was it Roman? Yeah.
Hey, bro, it was bad when Michael Cole was the star of the segment.
Yeah, when Michael Cole makes the match more fun, there's a problem.
So Will about to notice he probably ain't watched it back yet. This man was on 10. Jimmy, what the hell did you just do?
Yep, no, that's what made it good.
What
the hell did you just do? That's your twin brother, God damn it! Like,
classic Michael Cole.
That man said he committed a Cain and Abel.
Bro, first off, Michael Cole is in his bag right now. He has been saving some of these fucking matches because that shit right there was pure, unadulterated doo-doo. It gets a 2 out of 5 for me. That's all it is. 2 out of 5.
In tribal combat, that's something they could have did on SmackDown. You didn't have any set design for that shit. MMA rules, no set design. Like any of these things, you could have just did them on an edition of Raw or SmackDown, and you could have brought the sensationalism to it so it can make some more sense. Rushing to say tribal combat just to say, oh, he gets to get whoever wins get the necklace that Roman wears. No, this was terrible.
Right, and then what is Roman did that he lost that the elders, quote unquote, what's going on with this elder stuff? That they lost faith in him, and he still got the title.
The most elderly person there was Paul Heyman. He's not Samoan.
Exactly.
So they really just threw shit at us and just called it a match. I mean, Roman wear that damn lay every damn main event he's in. So I mean, putting it on the line with the belt didn't mean shit.
If you're
gonna keep it.
Bro, I understand WWE has a style. I get it. I'm not asking them to go full on AEW Blackpool Combat Club. That's all I want. That's not what I'm saying. There's a way to do these matches because you've done them before. Yeah. Roman at Hell in a Cell is how Roman should be in every single main event match that he is in. Every single main event match that he is in. He should be that violent, that aggressive at every single match. Because that version of Roman, the Roman that came back from SummerSlam is the Roman we wanted. When y'all added the bloodline shit or whatever, yeah, we got pissed off about it and we thought chicanery and all that shit. But we still knew that we had seen a violent Roman that we wanted. This tribal combat, whether Roman got hurt or not, was just a bunch of Roman looking at the crowd, threatening to backhand the crowd, talking to Paul Heyman, looking at Solo, instructing Solo, panicking when Jay does something cool, panicking when Jay gets a weapon or whatever. Getting hit. Okay, bro. Come on, bro. Go back to punch this nigga in the mouth, bro.
This is my thing.
Quick. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Will.
No, I wanted to piggyback on something Joe said. You mentioned earlier how the finishing move thing. I've always called the guillotine when Roman does it the red button. And the reason I said that was because that was his desperation go-to to secure a win-ass move.
That's all I got.
The people that he put down with that move. I mean, I'm talking about huge dudes going to sleep in his arms. I always looked at that move like when he was getting his ass whooped. I mean, like getting whooped, excuse my language, but when he was getting whooped, that's the move when he did it. Oh, you can't do it to him no more. He put Edge down, he put Strowman down, he put Brock down with that move. These are like dudes, you know what I'm saying? Why couldn't that have been the same for Jay when, if you want a storyline come full circle, that's a move that he put his brother in when he injured him to save him in that Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Why was that not the move that ended this match? Why was it the Jimmy turn? Why didn't he end it with that even after he turned on them? Remind us who the hell he is.
That's the guillotine is like you said, that's your atom bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing else. Come on, bro. Like,
who else used to do that though? Who else used to use that? Like King and Black Road Clutch just said. That was that end all be all move when ain't nothing else working. Undertaker, Hell's Gate.
Hell's Gate. Yep.
He used to use Hell's Gate. When Kurt Angle was realizing motherfuckers is kicking out the Olympic Slam, ankle lock.
You know, different
Like
right with the Kimura.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, CM Punk at one point realized, you know what? People kicking out just go to sleep. Anaconda Vice.
He went back to it, yep.
Like it's your that submission move is like, I have to keep this thing still. It's a desperation move. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it with Jay is like when Jay hit his stride as main event Jay Uso and right hand man, he was more violent, he was faster, and he looked cooler when he was main event Jay Uso. He looked cooler. When they had that tag team title run, Jay always looked a bit crisper than Jimmy was. This match, he was slow. He was clapping the hands and shit, and he was doing a little face and shit. And okay, all right, bro. Come on. Like, you about to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Come on, bro.
Nah, they need
That's a good question.
They need it's time to take the title off Roman. I think they missed the boat twice earlier this year. I knew Sammy wasn't getting it, but I for sure thought Cody was gonna get it. You saw how dejected those fans were. I mean, they had some laughing probably because they had money on these, sport red lines, but they ain't no way in hell Cody shouldn't have walked in with those titles, bro. Roman run out of opponents. He feuded with KO twice during one title run because he faced KO at the Royal Rumble 2021 and Royal Rumble this year. He faced Brock 2 feuds because that started SummerSlam 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went through WrestleMania last year. Then he faced him again at SummerSlam. But in between that, he faced Matt Riddle and had that whole feud with him and RK Bro.
Mm-hmm.
So he faced Brock twice, Jay twice, 2 different feuds. I'm saying not just 2 matches. I don't care about 2 matches. I'm talking about 2 whole different feuds. That's 3 people. Edge 2 feuds because it started WrestleMania 37 and Edge went off TV and he was feuding with Daniel Bryan and Edge came back at Money in the Bank. Well, before to build up to Money in the Bank. Then Drew. That's 5 people.
Yep.
Because he faced Drew at Survivor Series
and Clash
2020 and then Clash of the Castle last year.
All right, Clash of the Castle, you're right, man.
Bro, you shouldn't have 2 feuds with 5 different people during one title run. 2 different feuds. That's a sign you run out of opponents.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some people left, but if you're not going to utilize them like a Bobby Lashley or AJ Styles, then take the title off of them. Cody should have got it, like I said. Because now our fans don't care as much when Cody get it next year. It's over as Cody is now. Can you keep Cody this hot for another year? Not another year. 6 months? No, 8 months. It's
8
in April.
months. Yeah.
If you give him a good feud, if you really give him a good feud to sink his teeth into, not the Brock shit, give him a really good fucking feud where there's good fucking matches or whatever, you might get us for another 6 months believing in Cody. You might. But you have to but what's a good feud for Cody right now? Like, what's gonna put him to the breaking point where like, oh shit, I'll fuck with Cody Rhodes. Because American Nightmare was a documentary, but it's only gonna pull like it pulls in the diehards, like the diehards like myself, who thinks Cody's a terrible face.
AJ. Yeah, but I don't know. No, I'm talking about Roman. But with you, but as they say, they blew their load too fast with the Brock thing. Brock should have been like his last opponent going back to Roman. I don't know what they could have did in between then. Maybe they could have had Finn. And like Logan was saying, that could have led to the triple threat because him and Seth got unfinished business. Cody does.
Yeah.
Because they only briefly touched on that when he came back and Brock interrupted him. So him and Seth had unfinished business. Really didn't even need the Brock feud till around Survivor Series, but it's too late now. To answer your question, I don't know who's left. Maybe because if he feud with Gunther, like I said, I don't want Cody to get the title because I would rather have him put Gunther over, and that'd be the way Gunther breaks the record. Cody being a former Intercontinental Champion, being arguably the top babyface the company has right now. But to answer your question, I'm looking at that roster. Ain't nobody left but Gunther right now.
I'm gonna say something toxic.
Maybe Finn.
I'm gonna say something toxic. I want them to put the title on Solo because I want to hear his theme music. That's all I want to hear. This theme music. His theme music is fire as shit. Fight me. That's right. Fight me.
Okay, final thoughts, buddy, because you over there. They didn't even let Solo stay North American champion for 24 hours.
That happened.
That was
real.
trash.
That was trash.
No, I don't know what that was about. That was like the perfect way to get the bloodline more traction for all of them to have titles. And then even with Sting was Andre Uce. I guess he was. I mean, because they were popping up on both shows. You could have put the U.S. title on him. You could have had Seth drop it to him.
Does that mean that? Do you think it's because Roman was like, I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm not going to go to Florida Tuesday night. Fuck y'all.
They need Roman to do that. They could just
They could have the Usos.
Yeah,
but you always had Sammy in his corner too. Sammy was actually more prevalent in Solo. You know, Sammy wouldn't have cared. And
they live out there, so I don't understand why they do it. I didn't do it. Final thoughts, y'all, out here. Bro.
I mean, it's more on the lines of. I mean, Roman got about what 5? I mean, everybody knows business, but that brother got about 5 kids, Joe. That's probably not even the reason. Not that he probably think he's too good for NXT. Probably he need some family time. Gotta be the head of the table at home, not us on TV, man.
Yeah,
it could be in the contract too, though, because Fox might not want him to appear on none of the other shows like that. They just was letting him appear on Raw because they had to, but he didn't appear on Raw in the same fashion as the Usos and Sammy and Solo.
Yeah. I just think it's just nothing for him because if he was down there, then it would have looked like a belt collector thing. Because why would Roman be on NXT? They fell in line to him. Is what I'm saying. If he going there for gold.
Yeah,
Braun Breaker would have been bound down to the tribal chief.
If they were
going to love to see Braun Breaker get caught in the guillotine.
That would be awesome.
I think everybody would love that.
I would love it. I'm about to try his spear and he just get caught just for trying to spear on him.
That'd be awesome.
But no, that's the only reason I felt like Roman wasn't going to pop up. Like I said, because they all had to fall in line to him. So I think that Roman thought he would have been too good to be on NXT. Because at some point, I definitely think we'll see Roman back on NXT, even if it's just a one-off like Seth did.
Yeah, next time we see Roman on NXT before he retired, to say bye. He's not going for any other reason.
Yeah, he's gonna be on his way out at that point. Like, he gonna be like, yeah, it's time.
Let's be real. He's above NXT.
Know. I mean, Seth ain't as important to the company as Roman is, but I would say he's still been one of their pillars. I don't even like using that term, but it's definitely been him, Roman, Charlotte, and probably Brock that last until Becky just came out. You know what Becky was? Well, I don't know. You know, everybody waiting on the election. It was waiting on Nevada, and here comes Georgia.
And on that note,
damn it, KG.
That's a wrap.
Thanks for watching the podcast. It's a great Hot Take Wrestling podcast. Hot Take Wrestling at TikTok. Wrestling Take at Twitter or X, whatever the fuck it is. YouTube at NMG TV. Twitch at Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Fuck y'all. These are all the contributors that we could have done without anybody this season. Shouts out to No Chill with Phil. Appreciate everything y'all done this season. We are taking a break. We are taking at least a 2-month break, bro. We'll be back before Survivor Series and before whatever the AEW pay-per-view is at Cinema.
We ain't coming back to Roman back on TV.
Right.
Taking the same break.
We ain't come back to Roman, come back on TV.
Roman on vacation after Friday. We on vacation, goddamn.
Right. Look, man, y'all make sure y'all keep us on social media and all those things. We gonna have a bunch of shit to do next year. We still got a bunch of things going on during social media. On IG, we're going to have our WCWs, our Wrestlers of the Week, our Throwback Thursdays. TikTok is going to be a lot of takes about wrestling, a lot of things about 2K23, a lot of the video game that's going on. There'll be high takes that will be coming. There'll be moments with No Chill with Phil that are coming. There'll be a whole bunch of things that you want to stay tuned for, all to ramp up for Season 9. This is the end of Season 8. We appreciate everybody that was involved. Man, we're gonna have so many things going on. King K, man, we appreciate you sticking around for the whole episode. It's been 2 hours, bro. I fucks with you for real.
Luke.
When you come back, I will have plenty of bottles of Proper 12. That's right. Me, man. I ain't scared of nothing. Okay.
To distribute.
No, to win.
That part.
To win, damn it. I meant to win it. With that being said, everybody say a catchphrase.
I don't take nobody serious and run around trying to speak Spanglish talking about senior money in the bank. You either commit to Spanish or English with your title of your briefcase. That's all I got. And I know it's not his idea, but still, senior money in the bank. We supposed to take him seriously? All right.
KG, damn.
Damn.
Yo.
Hey, yo.
Hell.
The bloodline might be over, but we still the ones, baby.
Oh, yeah, we outlasted the bloodline, y'all. Clap it up. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Girlfriends.
We out.
We the ones.
Man, son.
We the ones. What we tell them? I'm just saying, I appreciate y'all, the viewers, the brothers, for being able to get together and give everybody these clutch vibes. With our little break, I definitely got some hot takes for y'all. I'm gonna touch on stuff like the stuff we said about the whole Judgment Day and DX comparison. We're gonna touch on stuff that I'm gonna touch on how it felt to be high in a crowd at a big event like SummerSlam. I'm gonna touch on why they failed not giving us returns. I got high and went to sleep one time and had a dream about Gunther facing Chris Benoit. So
A chop off, if you will. Also, thank you, thank you for sticking around the whole show. By the way, brother, we gotta have this person on, right? At some point.
Yeah.
Next season, right?
Next
Okay,
season,
we
got you.
should.
I'm
Well,
dropping
you
these
just gotta
on the
be-
break. We could talk about it when we get back together because
We scared K off. Sorry, K, again.
Sorry, Kate.
that wasn't our fault. We apologize.
Well,
We ran Clark Street off too. Clark Street.
They came and went. They're like,
Clark
okay,
Street.
Real quick, King, you said something earlier about when was the last time WWE had a submission match. Actually, they just had one. Tiffany Stratton defended the title in a submission match against the Tia girl from Chase U.
I was just
we don't care about submission matches anymore. So how do you remember that?
This is the last thing that Clark Street said before they left because we was in the big debate about the shit. Clark Street was like, "Why y'all so mad? It's WWE. Get over it."
No, Clark Street. We're gonna count. We're gonna call out the BS.
You feel me?
I would have rather seen Jermaine O'Neal slide punching somebody on the floor again in Detroit and watch the MMA match.
I'd watch him do that to anybody.
Okay, all right, guys, all right.
He could hit Ronda Rousey with that.
I was like, no, okay. Listen, thank you guys so much for watching the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. For 8 seasons, season 9, I am going to say will be season 9 will be at the end of October, beginning of November, and I will keep reminding you over and over again the countdown for said season. With that being said, take care of yourselves. Good night. Make good choices. And if you like anything on TikTok and it's a BBW, just keep scrolling, brother. It's going to enjoy. You're going to enjoy it. Enjoy that ride. Okay. Enjoy that BBW flood of many pictures and all types of things. You know what's on there? Thighs, fellas. and ladies, okay, guys, all right. You ever die by thigh? We
Jay,
die here by
what
thigh.
the hell are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the broadcast.
You know, I feel you.
My bad. I went on a thigh rant. My bad. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm